Boom, baby, what up? Hey, this is Morad Fiki. I am so excited. Right now is the time to file your homestead exemption if you have not already filed. And also, you may or may not know that you think you filed and you didn't file. So it's a really good time to check it out. If you want us to look into it, shoot me a DM or a private message with the address, and I can look into it for you, and I can let you know whether or not you have a homestead exemption being applied. I want to answer your questions. I have a lot of questions coming in, and people are asking me homestead exemption. What is a homestead exemption? How do I file a homestead exemption? Etc. So we're going to start with a few questions. I feel like this would be really good because people can see what different questions there are. And so the first question we have, as a homeowner, do I get a tax break? Homestead exemption is a $25,000 reduction in the appraised value of your home. Who sets the appraised value? It'll be the appraisal. It could be Fort Bend, Harris County, Montgomery, Brazoria, Galveston County. These are basically the 5 counties that we have around, and it is based on the county where the home resides. Now, do all homes qualify for homestead exemption? No. Only the principal residence. So you get a homestead exemption on one residence where you live, and you must file that homestead exemption. So it's not an automatic thing. You have to file with the county that you reside in. Again, one of the 5 counties, and then this will be your homestead exemption. So if you have a second, third, fourth property, you're not going to get a homestead exemption on all of them. You only get on your main residence. I would suggest the one you live in and the most valuable property is the one you want your homestead exemption. Homestead can be a separate structure, condominium, manufactured home, owned or leased land, as long as the individual or the couple own the property. So it can include up to 20 acres. If the land is owned, is used for a purpose related for the residential use of a homestead. You wouldn't have a homestead exemption on a commercial piece of property, or if you own a multi-family apartment complex. This is not a homestead exemption because you don't live there and it is used for commercial purposes. What homestead exemptions are available? There's the standard homestead exemption. There's the 65 or older homestead exemption. There's a disabled exemption, a disabled veteran exemption. These are very important homestead exemptions, and as long as you go through the proper procedures, you can file it with the paperwork in the county that the property resides. Also, so how do I get a general, what is the deadline for filing the homestead exemption? You may file up to 2 years after the delinquency date. And the delinquency date is normally February 1st. But you would file, so you purchased a home in 2019, many of you have, you file from January 1st to April 15th of the following year. So now is the time to file. Don't wait like your tax return until the last minute, like most of us do. File it now, get it done, and then you have your homestead exemption. Another question that is coming in, do we have to renew our homestead exemption all the time? No, you don't have to renew unless you change properties. You sell this one, or you rent it out, and you move to a bigger, more expensive property, and you want to change that exemption, you must file that. However, once you file the homestead exemption, it should remain in place every following year unless you do something, you move or you sell. Let's see what else we have. If I only own 50% of the home I live in, do I qualify for a residential homestead exemption? Yes. However, if you qualify for the homestead exemption and you are not the sole owner of the property, then it is based on the interest you have in the property. For example, you own 50% interest, you will only receive 1/2 of the homestead exemption. So instead of a $25,000 reduction, you get $12,500. And that's basically how that works. So, as always, I'm very happy to be of service. If you need help filing your homestead exemption, we will gladly help you file it for free. I take great honor and pride in helping taxpayers pay what is due, not more than what they owe. So If you haven't filed your homestead exemption, in fact, I just helped somebody who hadn't filed it and we got it backdated. It can only be backdated up to a certain point, so it's important that you file that and you're not overpaying taxes. We will gladly help you file your homestead exemption. And if you have any other questions, let us know. And as always, I am never too busy for your referrals. Our business is based on referrals. Please send them to us. We will take excellent VIP, 100% world-class service of anybody you send to us, and we certainly appreciate it. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining me on this journey as we transcend the Houston real estate business. And I thank you for that, really, from the bottom of my heart. Hope to see you soon, and let me know if there's anything we can do to be of service.